Hey, before we jump into this week's video, I want to put a quick announcement about Tobacco Advent. It is coming up during the month of December. For those of you that don't know, from December 1st through December 25th, we smoke a tobacco a day, post a video a day, in addition to our weekly, regularly scheduled Markwood Men's Breakfast Club videos.
Where do we get this tobacco?
That's a great question. That tobacco comes from viewers like you. What we ask, if you're interested in participating, is send a small sample of your favorite tobacco, just enough for a pipe each. We'll smoke it, we'll talk about the tobacco, we'll answer a question, and we'll post that video every day throughout the month. In exchange for that, we want to send you a gift of a... Is it
cornament.
A gift?
It's a cornament.
It's a cornament, but is it a gift? It's not a gift. It's
well, you know, with the
FDA.
With the FDA...
Doesn't matter.
Right? No. The FDA, they have a problem with free tobacco samples, so...
But they're on a business.
We're exchanging.
Okay.
Right? We're going to exchange a cornament for your tobacco sample.
We'll send you a cornament. You can't smoke it, but you can put it on your tree.
What do you mean you can't?
Smoke it if you want to. I mean, what you do, that's not the purpose of it. Once you have it, is your problem or your decision. It's a free country. Anyway, that's coming up soon. If you'd like to participate, there will be an address down below for where you can send the tobacco sample. And we hope that you will participate. It's a lot of fun. If you go back, we've done this for the last 5 or 6 years, have had lots of great conversation within the community, and so we hope that you will do that. But now,
on with the show.
On with the show.
Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And I'm Seth, a.k.a. Boy.
And welcome back to Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. If you've been here before, if you've not been here before, well, welcome to Markwood Men's Breakfast Club.
That was good.
The last time we were in our shop, we were smoking Smoker's Pride Vanilla Cavendish, and I mentioned that we had another inexpensive tobacco to smoke. I picked up a pouch of Prince Albert Soft Vanilla. This pouch, brand new, in a brand new retail display at a tobacco shop, and not a tobacconist, but more of a head shop. $3.39 a pouch. That's cheap pipe tobacco right there. I suspect it could even be this or something on par with that. It's from John Middleton Company, and John Middleton was purchased by someone, and I forget who.
So this has not had the...
Or were they? I don't know.
This has not had the advantage of being left open, because this was recently purchased.
That's true, but it doesn't feel really
and
wet.
It has also had the disadvantage of coming from that head shop. I know where you got it, and they don't treat their tobacco very well. So I would expect it to be dry and old.
It doesn't feel wet, but it does. I wouldn't call it dry.
That's good. I'll take that.
So, yeah, we've smoked some.
We probably smoked
half
this.
and half, and a few other things from there in the past. I don't think we have.
The casing,
it's really mild.
It's very mild, especially compared with the other one.
All right, well, just a quick accidental retro hail, and that was Bernie. But then again, the smoke that comes from the actual ignition is different than the smoke that you get through smoking. Don't know if you know that, but when tobacco is on fire, it's at a different ignition point, and you don't get the same full balance of flavors as you get when the tobacco is just burning embers.
I didn't know that.
Been a lot of discussion, particularly when it comes to cigar smoking, about what temperature should your lighter be and all that.
It should be the temperature of fire.
You'd think that would be all it would take, but no. When you see this, that's mostly a yellow flame, where your torch lighters are a blue flame. And part of that is they're burning more efficiently.
Part of that is they're burning butane.
Efficient. What do you think this is? This is a butane lighter.
Is it?
Yeah. So that torch is a much more intense, much higher temperature burn, which is one of the reasons why it's not recommended that you light a pipe, especially a corncob pipe with a torch lighter.
Do you know these are refillable?
I do.
Why aren't we using these LOL lighters all the time?
Because we weren't real happy with them to begin with.
Oh yeah, they were garbage, but I mean they say LOL.
I picked those up back
I
when
can see that.
CVS was getting out of tobacco, and they thought all of these cigarette lighters were tobacco. So we bought torch lighters, and we bought pipe lighters and all kinds of things, and I think I paid 10 cents for that lighter. But they'd also been in a bin by the front register and probably had been flicked by 1,000 kids. And this one does project a little circle that says LOL, which no one can see that in the video. So
Great content.
yeah, it's good stuff. We'll have to see how this goes. I can tell you, not nearly as good from the start. We'll see how this settles in.
I bought some crap I'd like to show off.
Did you?
I did. We got some questions a month or two ago when we were talking about the drones that we had. And I've talked about drones before. Also, somebody has kept asking about the 3D printer. I had a genius from work come by my house, and he helped me fix my 3D printer, so it is up and running. I'll make sure to get some video or something of me printing little trinkets and doodads. I'm printing a lot of D&D characters right now. I'll get some footage of that.
But the first thing you printed with that were parts for the printer and parts for the cabinet to house the printer, and
well, those were the first things I had planned to print, and I didn't do that.
what?
So those parts take several hours, like 24, 48 hours, and that's no fun when you're trying to print stuff when you're trying to print toys. Having to wait 24 hours for a single piece, it's not as much fun.
No, that's true. I could see that.
And it broke while I
So-
was still printing fun stuff.
You talked about the Trello copter, and then I bought one, and
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun with that copter.
Yeah.
I bought the Wi-Fi extender, which I've yet to even use. And I also need to talk
Game
to
changer.
you about jailbreaking it so I can go fly higher with it.
Game changer.
Okay, so those are all.
I tell you about the
things
time I
have
lost
done.
it in the woods?
Yes, you did.
It still works, thankfully.
You know, I lost mine in the tree by the lake that one day, too.
That's right. Yours got stuck where you could see it. Mine fell into the floor of a forest right before torrential downpour, worse than we got during the hurricane. I thought for sure it was busted. I put it in a bag of rice for a week. I'm amazed I found it. I ended up just totally drenched, soaked from trouncing around behind my neighbor's house in the woods. I don't know how I found it, and brought it back. It works. It works just fine. So I'm amazed by that. But if that's something that's interesting to you, but you weren't really sold on the $100 price tag, oh, I have a toy for you. Maybe. If you have a Costco membership, Costco is now selling a drone that is comparable in size to the one that we were showing off. It has a camera attached that does video and pictures to your phone. It will connect to your phone. It comes standard from Costco with 2 batteries, so you get double the flight time.
With the Teledot.
Nope. It comes with a handheld controller, so you don't have to rely on your phone. That also has a phone holder.
That's cool.
Yeah. So if you want to do some of the advanced features from your phone, you can do that pretty easily. Or if you want to see first-person view flights from it, you can do that. You can also control it with your phone. So you don't actually, just like the Tello, you don't need the controller to fly it.
But there's something about a
it's nice.
physical joystick.
That's right. So I'm going to try to fly this in here and show. I'm just amazed. I bought this. There were not any reviews. There wasn't a single review online because this is still a pretty new product.
So what you're doing right now, you've turned your Wi-Fi on or your Bluetooth?
So I've turned my Wi-Fi on, and I'm connecting the Wi-Fi on my phone to the drone. It's recognizing that there's one here to be connected with. And so right here, I can show you my screen. It's giving me live video footage of what my nose, of what the drone is seeing. Okay. So there is a takeoff button. Oh no! Oh.
So it took off, and
whoa, we have absolute failure.
oh my goodness, it's over. Oh hey, now what do you? Wow.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what's happened?
No, it's about to hit. Oh!
I will tell you what has happened. I have made a classic blunder.
What'd you do? Attack a seafaring?
All right, so let me tell you what I did. A stupid thing I did. Don't follow in my footsteps. I had the phone connected, which is the right thing to do, but I did not have my joystick connected, and so I hit the takeoff button on the phone, went to control it with the joystick,
and you had nothing.
And I had nothing.
So are you connected now? Doesn't look like it.
I'm not sure. All right.
So you just turned it on from the phone itself. No, you're not getting control.
I'm not getting control
with the controller. Does the controller have to connect to the phone separately?
I don't think that the controller connects
Bluetooth,
to the phone.
It has to. It has to communicate with the phone.
No,
right?
it doesn't connect to the phone. It connects to the drone. So I wonder if. I wonder if. Okay. Hold on. I think I know what I've done. I think I've got it figured out. Yeah. Okay. Read the instructions, folks. So there's a button on the screen here that lets me dictate, am I controlling it with the phone or am I controlling it with the controller? So I have to connect to it with the controller first and then tell it on the screen to give control to the controller. So let's try this again. Alright, so that's off. There's an auto takeoff button. Alright, so clearly I got to get some trimming put into place, but the one thing that shocks me is for the price, it does a really good job of keeping hover in place, and if I didn't just bang up all of the blades, it would actually be sitting...
So it's not hovering quite with the stabilization of the Tello.
It does not, but that's partly my fault. I can't really...
All the things you ran into?
All the things I ran into knocked it out of whack. It was hovering better before. But right now, I'm only controlling it with the right stick, which makes it really, really easy, relatively easy to fly. And I'm seeing... I can't show them, but I'm seeing live video footage from the drone, the camera. And if I wanted to, I could record pictures and audio off of this.
Very similar to the Tello. The Tello does not come with the remote. You got to use the phone, which I know my dad was struggling with using the phone for a remote. He prefers a physical remote with the joysticks.
Yeah.
What kind of money is this at Costco?
So the Tello's $100. This drone, which functions...
Again, 2 batteries.
2 batteries, has the camera, has the video, has the physical controller, it has some other features like auto land, auto takeoff. The one limitation I've had with the Tello that's been frustrating is I can't fly it in lower light because it uses these radar infrared sensors below. If it cannot get a reading, it will not fly.
That's why it was struggling over the lake.
It doesn't. It says not to fly it over water, and that's because it can't get a good reading over the lake. This you could fly over water if you wanted to. $30 from Costco.
Not $39.
$30 $30, $29.99 probably.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I am just absolutely shocked. It's maybe it's only 80% as good, but for $30, what you're getting is a heck of a drone. One thing I like about it is the blades are screwed in, which is bad. It means they won't pop off. They'll break. It comes with a charger. It's a USB charger. It's the weirdest charger I've ever seen. It's clearly from China. It's got like 2 connecting points that you slide on. It's got like a grip that grips the thing, so it's not nearly as elegant. The controller is robust. This piece here that holds your phone just slides right out. So if you don't want to use that, you don't have to. Some of the buttons are like a single button takeoff. There's an option for flying it so that it doesn't matter which way it rotates. If you designate that this is forward, even if it rotates, it will still keep that orientation. So you can easily return it to home. You pull down, and even if it's sideways or even if it's completely turned direction, it will fly towards you. That's one of the problems I had just now, is it lost orientation. So once I was able to get it back, I was flying it backwards and flying it into the wall. Which, speaking of, it comes with these prop guards that have done a great job of protecting it when I bump into things.
There were 4 things you ran into, and it didn't fall and didn't destroy it.
It didn't fall, it didn't destroy it. One of the reasons it didn't destroy it is that the blades, and it comes with an extra set of blades, the blades are actually screwed in. So most of these drones, it's a post, and the blade is just pressure fitted on. And so you pop it into place. It's designed, I think, as a safety feature. When you hit something, it'll pop off. But what I found after I flew my Tello into a tree, into the forest, is it was flying really wonky after that. And so I did some calibration with it. It was still flying wonky. And so I started messing with one of the blades. It was so loose that it wasn't staying down all the way when it was flying. So I actually like that these are screwed in. I am really pleased for $30. If you want to get into flying a drone, there are some $20 ones that are really small that are great for flying around the house.
I don't like those.
I like them because they are even more hands-on. They're going to give you the experience of flying, of having to be totally active while flying. But this is the perfect balance of inactive. It's hovering. It's keeping relative position pretty well. Once you trim it out, you can actually make small adjustments, and it'll sit pretty well in place. I had it set up like that last night. With the 2 batteries, I mean, you cannot beat it.
If you're like me and you have not gotten into RC drones, and you've always wanted to, and you've always wanted to say to your friend who has a drone, hey, can I fly your drone? But you know better than to ask that because you're going to do something wrong. This is the perfect drone to get.
Perfect.
I mean, that's really... With the Tello, because that $100, that was my threshold, right?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to grab your controller from you, but I've always been scared that I'm going to land this thing on the roof or fly it into a tree. So now I wouldn't have any problem with borrowing your drones.
Speaking of borrowing a drone, my brother-in-law just bought a $1,500 DJI Mavic super duper drone with a 5-mile fly distance.
Compare that to the Tello.
The Tello can go 100 feet. And it's got 100 feet or 300 feet if you use the extender. But that's because that's actually communicating via satellite and not via Wi-Fi. The Tello is the Tello's using Wi-Fi.
It's GPS.
It's GPS, yeah.
Wow.
It uses like 13 different satellites. It is freaky. Looking at a screen, being so far away that you couldn't hear it or stop it or see it if you needed to.
You said you flew it over to Oak Hollow Lake from the house, right?
From the house, so he had flown it, the furthest distance was maybe a mile away from where he was, and that was like in a big open field. So my brother-in-law flew my Tello drone and immediately flew it into a tree. It was the first time it had been crashed. And so I have not stopped giving him crap about that, about how he broke my drone. And so, I immediately broke all of his records. I took it out and flew it over the mall, which is over a highway. and it's 3.1 miles away from my house. 3.1 miles away, I flew over top of the mall, zipped around. It's got an indicator that tells you how far away, how much battery life you have, and how much battery life it's going to use to get back to where you started.
So out and back.
Out and back. And if you pass a certain threshold, it'll start returning to home at a speed, or it will try to find a safe place to land. It's got all sorts of sensors and stuff. But yeah, it's incredible. If you ever get an opportunity to do it, once you understand the basic controls, it's relatively idiot-proof. I mean, taking off and landing.
Is that the big white Mavic with the arms that don't fold in, or is it the one that folds up?
He has the one that folds up. So he walked in with a small man purse, and it had everything: controller, drone.
Wow.
It holds your phone, charges your phone while you fly it. It's fun.
That's one of the ones that Casey Neistat had.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. If you get a chance to fly one of those, I highly recommend it if you have a buddy. But his first steps into it was flying something $20, $30, so that you understand the controls, understand point of view, understand which way to move the controls when you're turned around and stuff like that.
5 years from now, that'll be the $100 helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. All right. Well, hey, that was a lot of fun. You haven't been smoking this tobacco. I have. I would take the Smoker's Pride vanilla over this, and again of the Smoker's Pride, that the vanilla was my least favorite. So that tells you what I think of this.
Ranking wise, we've got first place goes to Black Cavendish.
Black Cavendish.
Second place goes to the Cherry Cavendish. Third place
the Vanilla Cavendish.
And fourth place to
Prince Albert Soft Vanilla. All of these are in that under $4 retail price range for a pouch that's going to get you 8 to 10 bowls.
Yeah.
I mean, by comparison to almost any other smoking you're going to do, that's a tremendous buy.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Glad we found something.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
Thanks for bringing that in.
Yeah, and I need to go calibrate it.
Leave us a comment. If you've stuck around this long, leave us a comment. Tell us whether you've had these tobaccos or if you own or have flown a drone. And if $30 is your number, let us know.
Costco. Yeah.
It's a heck of a deal. All right, make it a great week.
See ya.